Participatory grant making can exist on a spectrum. At one side, you might ask people in the community to inform your strategy as you're doing strategic planning and then say thank you for your input. On the other end, which I think we've sort of fallen, is actually having not just the organizations who are receiving funding getting to have a say in where dollars go, but also the very individuals who are going to be the beneficiaries of those dollars and the programs, having them get to decide where things go. We try to have our fund go by the motto of by community for community, so that everything we do and every aspect of our work really has the community's input involved in it. We've always had this work structured as what we call a public-private community partnership, and that's the public being the city of Philadelphia. From the very beginning to now providing a significant pool of funds through the National Opioid Settlement dollars, the city has been this amazing public partner driving the Kensington Community Resilience Fund forward. And then on the private side, you have our partner Scattergood Foundation and other funders who've supported this work. And then most important to all of that is the community that's in partnership. And so that community that really ties it together, what makes it so special and is what makes it so powerful and impactful. By doing this work in this way, like, we are changing the way that organizations get funded, the way that people engage with a government funder.
When I think about the settlement dollars and how important they are symbolically to folks and what it really means to loved ones that have lost people to overdose, I felt like these dollars were extremely sacred. And so as a collective, we wanted to make sure that the community that has been most impacted by the epidemic has the ability to have some agency over what is getting funded and where and what types of programs are being offered, and that we're really providing them the power to make that decision.
Unfortunately, I've been a huge part of this opiate crisis, negatively and positively. I've seen it, how it impacts this community. It's impacted community in a public health way, in a public health crisis almost. Sanitation, violence, trauma, mental health, and the determinants of the social and economic challenges in this area. It's really put a dark cloud over this community. It's really been a struggle for people that have been here all their life to see it the way it is today. Letting the community be a part of their growth and helping them make the decisions of how we're going to change it through lived experience. Lived experience is a huge part of making decisions. It helps you understand. Letting the community make these decisions helps them be a part of the healing process in this community.
One thing that's true about living in Kensington is there's more stressors on you than in other neighborhoods. And then a lot of the natural ways in which people relieve that stress, like going to parks, aren't available the way they are in other neighborhoods. So the stress level of people living in the neighborhood is very high. And what we know is with trauma and with toxic stress, that's going to have an impact. I really think it's important for us to invest in programs that will address some of the toxic stress and the trauma that they've faced, so that we're not waiting until those problems cause impact on their lives and we're dealing with substance abuse problems or all of the other things that we know is connected with trauma and toxic stress.
We have historically had issues where people come into the neighborhood and tell residents, this is what you need, this is what you're going to get, this is what's going to be funded, and it doesn't align with what residents say the need is or the want. This process, this grant, and everything that comes with it helps people focus on what the needs are. As a civic group, it's just more like working as a collaborative and bringing that feedback that you receive almost on a daily basis to help with this process. People really feel like No one is making these decisions except the people that are being affected by it. The entire thing from beginning to end has just been such a godsend to the community because it's really helped to shape what the future is going to look like for Kensington, for Harrogate, for Fairhill.
When I joined the Community Advisory Committee, that was really a different experience. So it's a group of residents still, and we come together to put the application together. What we think would be important questions for the applicant to answer as far as being in the community. Is more about what your budget is, what you're going to do with your budget, how you plan on making it a reality in the community, how are you going to survey, keep your numbers. It was a really, very rewarding experience, even though I had been on the other side after the applications come, but actually to put an application out, that was like setting the pace.
Oftentimes work gets done, but no one's aware of it because you have to be connected in a certain way to be aware of the program and to be a part of the program. Having the community involved, really, it shifts the focus of the groups to make sure that your work is accessible to the community. As we apply, we want to make sure that people are aware of your work. And likewise, it's an opportunity for the community to support the programs that they see doing work. It's a great dynamic where I think it improves the organization's approach to getting the grants.
When I got into the community grant, there was a lot of bumping heads with a lot of the community residents, but I understood them. And being a part of this community helped me humble myself and listen. Sometimes you need to listen to people's pain and what they're going through and understanding them. I think what helped with the grant committee and understanding was a lot of everybody wanted the same thing at the end of the day. We all wanted this community to thrive. So we put our indifferences aside, our personal issues to the side, and it was about this community. And at the end, I built some great relationships through this community grant that I still have today.
Being on the group, all of the residents together, helped me to understand and to know more and give me more knowledge base. So that way, looking forward, I have this knowledge, I can grow on it. It gave me the resilience that I needed to stand and go forward. It offered an open door of opportunity to get and let my guard down, be vulnerable. It's okay not to know everything because the people I'm around as a resident, these residents, they know what I need to know. So getting with them, getting to know them, even afterwards, we stayed in touch with each other. We got to know each other as residents. It became like a family gathering.
This is how it should be. This is the model that has to be implemented everywhere else. I think we're at a time right now where people are just very much involved in what's going on in their neighborhoods, and they want people to hear their voice. We just want to make sure that it continues being a part of the community and that it's also spread to other communities that can benefit from this. I would say to the residents that have felt like hope is gone, I've talked to a lot of folks that have told me they no longer want to be involved in things because they just feel like people have not listened, they haven't been heard, they've lost their voice. I would say to residents feeling that way, things are changing. There are people out there that you can lean on for support, and there's things happening that you have to be a part of. This is our opportunity to get out there and actually make change and see positive things that are happening.
What the Community Resilient Grant Committee does, it allows you to voice your experience. You hear your voice be heard about a certain organization, what you know about it, what your concerns are. If you feel as though that organization is really producing in your community, it allows you to express your concerns. It allows you to be heard. What makes you really feel good when actually you have a funder that's listening to the residents and allow the residents to make the decision on who can help them best. That's powerful. That's very empowering. It makes you feel lifted.
I would like to tell funders, it's an amazing fund that is making changes and empowering communities and residents in this neighborhood. It's brought hope. It's brought the opportunity to live with a better quality of life in this neighborhood. And you're also helping our young generation be a part of this growth. If you really care about communities and our younger generation and our youth, this is the fund.
To the funders, I would say, we love and appreciate you, and please continue to fund this fabulous thing that's happening, because we are just seeing, like, it's magical to see how quickly the changes have happened. When you see, we started in 2021, there's so many projects and things that have happened. There's so many lives that have been touched in a very positive way. And that's the way to combat trauma, is to give people positive experiences and memories. So I'm very much looking forward to the future right now.